Science Club for Girls Live. Let's all take one deep dive into the world of science, technology, engineering, and math. Get your safety goggles, 'cause we're making things explode. Science is so fun, so let's take it on the road. Meet a young scientist just like you and learn all about what they do. We'll even learn science that's in the news through one-on-one interviews with SCFGLive and friends. Experimenting never ends. Now let's see what's in store. Just press play and get ready to explore. Ho, 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 hey, hey. Ho, 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 hey, hey.
Hi, everyone!
Hi, everybody!
It's so great to see all of you, and it's so great to see you, Dr. Marbles.
And it's nice to see you, Hannah.
And welcome to another episode of SCFGLive. It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Oh my God, let me see my clock. Yes, it's been way too long.
A lot of time has gone by, but we're so excited that you're here because it's the start of a brand new season.
Brand new.
Season 3. In season 1, which seems like forever ago, we experimented with colors, explosions, weather, and outer space. It was really fun.
It was. But you know what? Season 2 was even better. Because in season 2, we welcomed Namisha.
That's right.
I know. And we had all sorts of cool programming. We learned about amphibians and reptiles and sharks. And Arctic animals. And we talked about, remember, Hannah? We talked about the phases of matter and hot heat transfer.
That's right. Wow, we really covered a lot in season 1 and season 2, huh, Dr. Marbles?
A lot.
It's true, and there's even more to learn, so that's why we had to have season 3. Now, in season 3, we're going to do a couple of brand new exciting things.
Oh, don't tell me.
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway.
I wanted you to.
We're going to have science field trips, some messy kitchen science.
Messy kitchen science.
I know. Science in the news, and we're even going to meet some science superstars, Dr. Marbles.
Awesome. It all sounds great, Hannah. I can't wait. Let's get started right now.
I guess so. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Today's word of the day is homeostasis. Homeostasis means balance. Our bodies love to keep everything in balance. We really don't like extreme changes. Homeostasis is the ability of the body to maintain balance despite what is happening outside of the body. For example, when the temperature outside gets really hot on a summer day, our bodies work super hard to keep our normal internal temperature, which is usually 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, by releasing sweat to cool the body down. On a very cold day, the body also works to maintain its normal temperature by shivering to our muscles and increasing our body temperature. Without even thinking, our bodies are always working to maintain homeostasis, or balance. And in today's episode, we will take a look at homeostasis in action.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I love running. One of the reasons why I love running is because it's so good for you. I notice a lot of changes that happen to my body. So one of the things that happens is my heart rate starts to go up. And I can see this by looking at my watch or putting my fingers on my neck, and your heart rate will start to beat faster. Another thing that happens is I start to sweat. And the third thing that happens is I can feel my breathing start to get heavier. These 3 things are examples of my body trying to maintain homeostasis, or balance. So for example, when I'm breathing harder, I'm bringing in more air and more oxygen. And that's required because I'm working harder. And that also means that my heart rate is going to be pumping faster so that I can get more oxygen to my muscles through my blood. And the third sign, which was sweating, is my body's way of cooling myself down. Because when I'm getting really, really hot, then that sweat is actually going to help my body cool down and maintain that homeostasis. that's why I just love to run. Speaking of which, I gotta keep going. See you guys later.
Let's see if we can detect our bodies maintaining homeostasis in this exercise lab. Come on! Before beginning the experiment, we'll want to get some measurements before we've exercised.
You'll need a couple of materials. You'll need a piece of paper, a calculator, a stopwatch, and something to write with like a pencil. First, we're going to measure our resting heart rate. That means what our heart rate is at when we're at rest or not exercising. In order to do this, we are going to count the beats we feel on either our wrist or our neck. We're going to do this for 15 seconds. Ready? Now we're going to multiply that number that you just got by 4 in order to get our beats per minute. Be sure to write this in your science notebook. Next, we're going to measure our sweat level from 0 to 5. 0 means you're not really sweating, 5 means you're really dripping in sweat. I'm going to say 0.
Next, it's time to exercise. You can choose your favorite exercise, but we're going to choose jumping jacks. Do this exercise for 2 minutes. Ready, set, go!
Now let's do this process again of measuring our heart rate after exercise. Mine was 22. Now my sweat level is probably a 2. Wow, so after exercising, my heart rate increased by 28 beats per minute. It was 60 before, and now it's 88. And my sweat level went from 0 up by 2.
Why did this happen?
Well, this must be a sign of the body trying to maintain homeostasis, or balance, as we were exercising.
That's right. Our heart rate increased because our bodies needed to pump more oxygen-carrying blood to our muscles as our muscles were working harder and harder to exercise.
And our sweat increased because our bodies tried to cool us down to maintain our normal body temperature.
Wow, homeostasis in action. So cool!
My name is Xing Li. I am a computational geneticist at Pfizer. We are a group of scientists who use computers a lot to learn biological information from a huge amount of data, which is information about. To school for quite a lot of years. My undergrad study was in bioengineering, also called biomedical engineering. So that's engineering or innovation and invention of new systems to hopefully help people live better lives. And then after undergrad, I went to medical school to learn to become a doctor. So I learned all about how the human body works. But then instead of being a clinician or a doctor, what I decided to do was to pursue a career in research, which is in addition to learning knowledge that already exists in the world, to find new knowledge that can help even more people in the future. System is basically each of our body's defense system against things like germs, injuries. If you get a cut on your body, in order to heal, your immune system has to do its work. If you get exposed to a bacteria or a virus, your immune system has to defend your body against these foreign invasions, essentially. Our immune system is in our body all the time. And in order for it to work properly, it needs to get activated or get excited to work against something that it recognizes as a threat to your body. Sometimes this whole army of defense can get a little overexcited and attack things that aren't dangerous to us. When that happens, your body is pretty much out of balance. It can make you uncomfortable. An example of that is sometimes something very small happens to you and you get a fever and you get very uncomfortable. A fever is the body's way of helping you heal against something, but sometimes you have a fever for no apparent reason, and that could be an example of when the immune system is out of whack or the homeostasis mechanism isn't working very well. So that actually touches on kind of what I do every day. So let's use the analogy of an army. The immune system is made up of many, many soldiers that all have different jobs. And we have diseases which you may have heard of. They're called rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease. Those affect your guts. So they all affect patients' lives. And the reason that we have these diseases is exactly because some members of our immune system are overly excited or recognizing things that are not dangerous as enemies and attacking them. And the research that we do and the medicine that we want to produce are aiming at identifying those soldiers or members of the army who are not quite doing their jobs correctly and calming them down. This is Ollie. He's a golden retriever. He's a year old. Well, you may know this, but dogs and humans, we're all animals, and we actually have very similar systems. So dogs can also get hot, get cold, thirsty. We can get sick. They also run fevers sometimes. So we all have similar mechanisms. And some of the things that he does to make sure that he's in balance is if he's thirsty, he will drink water. If he feels that he's hot, he will try to cool himself down. The difference is that dogs, they don't sweat like we do. They can only get rid of heat by panting, as you might have seen in other dogs. And they also run fevers, as I mentioned, because they also need to defend against germs that are dangerous to them as well. So we all do the same thing. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Maud and I'm in 8th grade. I love to play soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. Sometimes, when I'm at a soccer or hockey game, I need to eat a snack because I have type 1 diabetes. Diabetes is a disease that affects how the body uses glucose. Glucose is a sugar that is the body's main source of fuel. Your body needs glucose to keep functioning. Typically when you eat, glucose from the food gets into your bloodstream. A hormone called insulin helps get the glucose into the body's cells, giving your cells the energy they need to function. Insulin is a hormone created in our pancreas. Pancreas is a long, flat gland in your belly that helps your body digest food. Some people, like me, have pancreases that can't make insulin. Glucose from the food we eat is still entering into our bodies, but it's not able to get into the cells where it's needed. Instead, it simply stays in our blood, making our blood sugar levels very high. Remember, our bodies really like to stay in balance, so when something is higher than normal, like our blood sugar levels, our bodies freak out a bit and we get pretty sick. I need to help my body maintain balance by providing it with insulin. To do this, I use something called an insulin pump. This pump is a small battery-operated device that I keep on my stomach. It's connected to a narrow plastic tube that's inserted just under my skin and taped into place. With the help of insulin, there's nothing I can't do.
This episode is brought to you by Pfizer, who is proud to support Science Club for Girls as part of its commitment to equity and to inspiring the next generation of women scientists and researchers. Pfizer, breakthroughs that change patients' lives.
Wow, that was such a cool episode!
Unbelievable.
It was amazing to learn how our body reacts and is able to maintain balance or homeostasis.
Yeah.
Now, it was really cool to learn from Lauren about how her body reacts to external changes when she exercises by sweating, increasing breathing rate, and increasing her heart rate, all of which help to cool her body down and allow for the flow of oxygen.
You know what, Hannah? It's amazing how much your body does in the background.
It's true.
You know, like when you're running, you know you're running. And when you're eating, you know you're eating. But when you're not doing those things, your body's still doing a lot.
Right. Without you even telling your body to do that.
All automatic.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Our bodies are really cool machines.
Yeah.
And sometimes we kind of forget how amazing they are.
Totally. And what about Maud?
Oh, it was awesome to learn about Maud and how...
Incredible.
Yeah, and how she helps her body to maintain homeostasis by giving it insulin.
Yep.
Which is really, really neat. She's such a cool kid.
You know what, Hannah?
What else?
You know what this episode made me think about?
What did it make you think about?
It made me think about balance. You know, that's what the body's doing when it's used doing homeostasis, is it's keeping me in balance. Not too cold,
That's right.
not too sweet, not too salty. Just perfect.
That's right.
And my job is to give my body what it needs so it can maintain homeostasis. Things like fruits, vegetables. That's what my body needs to maintain homeostasis. And the other thing, sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep. Really important. Maybe naps or just get a good night's sleep. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to get a good night's sleep.
Okay. Well, it's not nighttime. Okay, Dr. Marbles. Dr. Marbles. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to do the sign off. Oh my gosh.
I wasn't really asleep.
I thought you were actually asleep. Dr. Marbles, I'm so glad you actually woke up because now we have to say goodbye.
We do.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for a fantastic episode. It's going to be an amazing season 3, and this has been another episode of SCFG Live.
The best. Bye, everyone.